Do you want me to get that popping more?
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that.
Yeah, it's almost like, well, I don't know. I mean, now look at it.
Maybe it's because I'm wearing a hat.
I mean, a lot of this does look darker than normal. You know, it's not dark. The donut cream on my sleeve. I mean,
Hubie.
yeah. Can I get some Hubies in chat? Christ, no, we already have some Hubies.
We got a
And
lot
I'm
of
complaining. We got a lot of Hubes. We're lousy with Hubes. How is everybody? It's hard. It's like I want more people to show up before we start really digging in, but at the same time, part of me assumes people either saw the YouTube update or the Kickstarter update this week. But I don't know. I might wait a little bit longer before.
Let's wait to talk about it.
What can we talk about that has nothing to do with the news of this week?
What are we drinking?
Oh, well, we're drinking Pinhook.
Grab it. It's
Grab
on the desk.
Specifically, a single barrel 7-year entitled Bourbon War.
It's very good.
It's very good.
It's excellent, actually.
It really is. It's really tasty.
It was a celebratory gift.
It was. It's a celebratory gift that that we've already had that much of.
Okay.
But we've had a lot to celebrate.
We've had a lot to drink. Not today.
Not today. But that's a good sign. If you've got a celebratory drink and there's that much of it missing. Dubes up for Sundance. Man, I just want to start talking, but I just want to wait a little bit longer for more people. We were actually out working, so we couldn't pop a thumbnail off early.
No, we just got back to the office.
Yeah.
And frantically, the stand that we put this on, nobody wants to hear this, but the stand that we put the laptop on to do the live streams broke 2 days ago. So we ordered a new one, or you ordered a new one, and I just put it together.
That's great.
So we came back, put that together real quick, and we were only a couple minutes late.
Olivia put this together. I think it is it's the exact same one.
It's not at all the same one. This is nothing like the last one.
Well, this is what I think. I think it is the same brand, same stand. It's their newer version.
It's way better.
Feels more sturdy, doesn't it?
Yeah, that one didn't have this. It didn't have
that solid of a base. This is the kind of stuff we're going to talk about until we can.
Look at what options you have underneath here. The last one was just welded on. This one you can fucking. It's got a head and everything.
Yeah. A little bit more action. Yeah. Congratulations. Man, I love the idea of working Hubie into just any and all things related to this.
Hubie dance.
Hubie dance. Is there a Hubie dance that he does?
What did you name our stream?
Friday stream, Sundance Dream, something like that. Whatever it was very thought out and planned far in advance. Well, we're at 74 people. I was going to say at 100 we'll dive in. But Hunter, you're not wrong. It feels like this is the stream of streams. This stream feels so far away from the streams of yore. Streams like, I don't know if this is going to happen.
Yeah.
We're not at the halfway point.
We talked about and dreamed about a stream
like this. There might have been a day where we actually said, one day we'll be doing a live stream and talking about this festival, if we were dreaming.
Yeah.
But that's why the stream is entitled Dreamz.
Dreaming, streaming.
Dreaming, streaming.
I'll drink more.
Dreaming, streaming.
What's everyone up to tonight?
Yeah, what's everybody's Friday looking like?
Stream dance. Stream dance is good.
Stream dance. Oh, hey, Hunter, the bigger the better, if you're sure.
Yeah. Celebrating a new job.
Oh,
congrats.
Nice.
Congrats.
Then you deserve some of this.
Watching
Celebration
Crystal Lake Memories. Fondue.
Oh, I love that doc, Elijah.
Smoking meat.
Someone say fondue?
Yeah, somebody's making fondue.
What a Friday.
Jesus, fuck.
Fuck.
Bowls, tiny wines. Oh, it's already Saturday. I like I'm just reading comments out.
Well, that's the point.
Oh, okay.
That's the point.
Well, should we just talk about it?
Let's do it. We're at 88. If you haven't heard, but you might be able to assume from the title of this stream, this week it was announced that Onyx the Fortuitous and the Talisman of Souls will have its world premiere at the Sundance Film Festival.
No, you're supposed to say this year's Sundance Film.
I know. I literally had that thought and I jumped it.
We've been doing that all week.
Oh, well, now we're at 98.
Oh,
we got to say it again at 100 and we'll do it right. Okay. So
two more people need to enter.
2 more people need to enter, and then we're going to do that again, and we're going to get it right. Man, I mean,
we can't talk about it.
We can't talk about it. We're back down to 95.
Oh shit!
We're back
all
down
right,
to 95. Well, yeah, we gotta wait. We gotta wait. Does this mean the movie will begin with the Sundance Laurel? Well, they don't usually play in the credits of the movie. On a trailer, it would.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
It'll be at the end credits, actually.
It will be at the end credits. There is a placeholder for that.
Did you notice that multiple people left once we said we got into Sundance?
Yeah. We were like, we just got 2 more to get to 100. And it was like, scoot, 95. People are like, no, thanks. I don't know if we can get back up to 100, Olivia.
That's fine.
So let's just say the intro again. Ready?
Okay.
We found...
Oh, we got it 103. Okay.
We found out...
Exist.
This week it was announced that Onyx the Fortuitous and the Talisman of Souls will be premiering at this year's Sundance Film Festival. I mean, what?
Maybe not everyone. I mean, like,
did people know?
That is, for anyone who doesn't know, that is the biggest film festival to get into in the United States.
The United States.
And almost the world. It is one of the most prestigious ones. There's Cannes and Sundance. I mean, like, that's it. That's really the most prestigious tip. But like a dream of all dreams. We're living in a dream.
I don't know that that I've experienced something more surreal.
Mm-mm.
Truthfully.
No.
The idea I mean, they had how many films submitted this year? Over 15,000. And the midnight section is 8 films.
Yeah, so we're going to be programmed in what's called the midnight section, which a lot of film festivals have if they're not like just genre based. And it's for mostly like a genre film, right? I mean, like, how else would you put it? Like,
yeah, action, horror, sci-fi. Yeah.
And there's only 8. They only picked 8 films, and we were one of 8. And the odds are so slim, and I can't believe it. I'm so excited.
I cannot believe it either. And let me tell you, we've had conversations like this when we've been waiting for festival responses. It feels so distant and unimaginable because you've been living in the world of making a thing and just hoping anybody might care.
Yeah.
That you start to picture, like, it's almost as unimaginable as like a kaiju stomping through the city. You're like, well, I'm going to look up one day and see a kaiju stomping through the city. That's outside of my realm of understanding. I would say things like, is it just going to be that one day we're just hanging out and like my phone rings and I'm like, who's this? Oh, hello.
Oh, hello, Sundance.
Yeah. Like, will it really just be that? And then all of a sudden your paradigm's rearranged. And that's exactly what happened.
It's the biggest dream that can happen. I mean, like, I have dreamed my whole life of having a project going to Sundance.
Yeah.
And it just always seems impossible because it's really difficult. It's such a difficult festival to get into.
Yeah.
And we were joking pretty heavily about it the week before we got in, which was funny because that was when we were at a real low. We were so low, we were like, well, fuck it. Maybe Sundance.
Right.
I mean, we didn't mean it. And then it happened.
Yeah. And it was, so yeah, just to explain, like, kind of narratively how it occurred. I was sitting on the couch watching Great British Baking Show with my wife, and my phone rang, and it was a, number I didn't have programmed in. And I picked it up. I said, hello. And there was a man on the other line that said, hi, is this Andrew? And I said, yes. And he said, well, I am so-and-so with the Sundance Film Festival. I'm calling to let you know we'd like to premiere Onyx at this year's festival. And like immediately just, it felt like in Doctor Strange when Tilda Swinton kind of knocks him back into other dimensions. Literally, I'm like kicked back through not only the last 2 years of this, but the 10 years of Onyx, the 20 years of working on film and video projects. And like you said, for anyone in this industry, it's a dream to have a project at Sundance. I mean, I was truly shook by the news. I think my response was something like, well, that is what a wonderful call to receive. Like very composed, overcompensating for my lack of composure. And then we were off to the races. We drove to your house.
Yep.
And I lied to you and said I needed to get something out of your car that I left in your car.
You needed to get a little camera out of my car.
Our mini DV camera that we've been using for kind of funny behind the scenes stuff. And I was like, yeah, so bro. Fucking nervous to tell you.
Well, I believed you completely. You had a whole thing that with your wife coming over and you, and she needed it. It was a whole thing.
Oh yeah, I lied and said that she needed it for something because my routine so well. You'd know I don't need it.
Yeah, I was like, you don't need it.
Or you'd be like, I'm probably going to help you with whatever thing that it is that you need it for. So I said, yeah, that my wife needed it. She was going to do some funny mini DV stuff for her job.
So I came down.
Yeah.
I gave it to you. I was outside my car talking to you about how the battery's dead, and you were like kind of like sweating and shaking, and I was like, "What the fuck's going on?" Anyway, so you got to charge it before tomorrow, and it was like,
and I was like, yeah. I don't need the camera doesn't matter. What's hard? It was hard to have fun telling you because of how nervous I was to tell you.
So cute.
Because I was like, this is
dream come true.
Dream come true. Best news in the world. I could tell my best friend who has been
so hard.
Partnered together on this project for so long and other projects. I was just so nervous. And then I said, yeah, so also what did I even say?
You said, I have one more thing I have to tell you.
Yeah.
And you were trying to get me to come out from behind my car.
Because my wife was filming from her car.
And I was hiding behind my car thing. And you were trying to coax me out into the street, into the shot. And I was like, what do you?
I was like, but anyway, I got something else to tell you.
Yeah.
But anyway, I want to tell you something else.
I kind of got out just enough where I was on camera. And then you were like, we got into Sundance. That's exactly how you said it.
Yeah.
And what did I do?
You pushed me across the street. Not only pushed, but you like jumped up and pushed.
How many times? Twice.
Yeah.
Maybe 3.
Yeah. Definitely.
Violently.
We should put that video up.
No, I will get in trouble for how violently I pushed you.
It looked like in movies when people jump up and like then slam down.
And then I immediately started crying in the street.
And sure, was part of me thinking this is a prank, what is happening? But by the time we got to Olivia's house, we had the official email, the logo, the branding. It's something that any filmmaker dreams of. Like, we want your film. That is what a validating beyond.
You got Sundance and the Oscars.
Right. And for indie film,
top.
I mean, like, I just can't. I don't know if I'll ever be able to express what it feels like. No. It really is like, oh, well, I'm down to try to make movies for the rest of my life now because of this push of encouragement. It's another lily pad to get to in the journey of making independent film. It's such a thumbs up.
The biggest.
Such a thumbs up. Even before premiering there, it's such a thumbs up to just be invited. Oh, boy. And then you get to start to unpack the excitement of actually showing this to an audience.
So, do we tell them how long we've known? No.
Yeah. It's been a couple weeks.
We've known for a few weeks now, and we have it.
We've done the stream at least twice since knowing this.
And we didn't. Good acting on our part.
So hard not to say anything on the stream that was expressing our enthusiasm or optimism. But everything we did say on the stream was true. That we are finishing the movie. It's just that we're
finishing it for Sundance.
Yeah, we're more, I guess, encouraged than ever, and everybody involved is more like I mean, a second wind isn't even the way to describe it.
No,
Everyone is like, let's get this thing done. Let's get it done right.
We've been full steam ahead.
We're on the mixed stage today.
Yeah, we were on the mixed stage for what, day 9, I think it was. We did 7
day 9.
days
Yeah.
before. And then we just came back to do 2 more mixed days to mix the sound and audio and score. And it went fucking awesome.
Oh, Matthew, really good catch. So my Instagram post where I was unboxing Beefy Bad Boy was for the announcement video that Olivia and I shot.
We went and got Beefy and Box Demon
and
out
Box
of
Demon
storage.
Because we also want to take them to Sundance.
Yeah! We're taking puppets
Puppets.
to Sundance, dude.
We're here with our puppets. Can we put where should we put our crazy puppets? And let me tell you, when we talk about the programmers at Sundance being excited about this film, it is real, palpable. Their encouragement and love for what we created and what you created is so real.
It's the most prestigious film festival. Like they do, it's not like I'm not going to name names of other festivals that are great, but they are very picky.
Yeah.
And they really saw the heart in this movie and the characters and Onyx and everything.
Yeah.
And it's just so validating. And all of our crazy hard work, we haven't stopped working.
Yeah.
Even a day we're not working.
No.
It's so nice to come out of this fucking dark garage and Sundance is like, oh, hello, come outside.
It's probably the closest premiere we could have even gotten it done in time for.
Yeah.
You know, like it is, we will be premiering under a year from when we finish shooting.
Which is unheard of. That's crazy.
I know.
Not to toot our own fucking horns, but like it takes multiple years to finish a movie.
Yeah. I mean, it is.
Yes, you're right. Sundance rips the most of rips. It does.
It does rip the most of rips. And what's
it feels so sorry. It feels so weird to be like this celebratory publicly because this is not how we are.
I know, but we've also just been
trying to own it and be excited because I want everyone here to be excited who was a part of it.
Exactly. And I think it's important for people, other artists, to see this film was accepted into this festival. I was really bumming over the last few weeks prior to hearing from Sundance.
Yes, I think we've been bumming for years.
We've been bumming for a few years, but you know, I a lot of times a film gets into a festival because there's already relationships and there's a distributor on board and they want to giant movie stars, and there's a lot more of I guess a reason for it to be there that might be related to commerce. But we literally got in by submitting the film, and then I heard from a programmer 2 months later that just said we liked it. There was no Hollywood business. Like, you know what I mean? It was like they watched the movie we made and said, yes, please. And that in this day and age, it feels unheard of. And it's so wonderful to know that a festival as prestigious as Sundance still operates that way.
Yeah.
Like the way that I thought festivals operated when I was a teenager watching films and reading about the festival experience. It's true and it's real. There was no trick or trade.
I mean,
it was just they liked the thing we made.
I have done giant studio movies, many TV shows, and none of that even compares to getting the news that we're going to Sundance. I can't even tell you. Since I was a child.
Yeah. I know. I was thinking, I think I became obsessed with Sundance like 93, 94. So I was 11 or 12.
Yeah.
I used to go to Blockbuster and find the movies that had that laurel on it. Because I thought, well, that means like cinephile. Like I should rent that, you know? It weirdly puts our film in like, as far as cinema is concerned, a historical context.
Yeah.
Whoa. Thank you. Now. Is this the line to get our pre-order tickets?
That's so nice.
Tire One Will. Thank you. Well, on that note, people have asked how they can watch it. What's wonderful about the festival this year is that it's hybrid, in person, and online.
First time in 3 years they've been in person.
And
I feel like I'm yelling. I'm so excited.
We should be yelling.
I know, but I don't.
It's. I think it's really important for us and everyone involved to like have fun with the accomplishment of just being accepted. It was, you know, the way you would talk to me about the Kickstarter, I'd be bumming on myself and you'd be like, yeah, but you got to 50,000. Well, you got to 100,000. well, Bows, you got to 150, and I'd be like, yeah, but I can't celebrate yet. But it is important to celebrate all those steps.
This is the first time in a decade we've been making shit where we're letting ourselves just celebrate.
Right. I think we really let ourselves celebrate on Wednesday to where it was hard to do the work.
Yeah.
But we did. We still edited that
Wednesday
night.
is when everyone got to announce on the 7th.
Yeah.
And we had champagne all day, but we then had 6 hours of working on the credits.
Right. Yeah. Because we had to mix the next day and today.
But man, it feels so good to be working on the movie knowing it has a premiere.
You know what's so funny is to be on the mix stage today with the same team that finished it in time for the submission. Not that long ago, but to now know we're mixing it for an audience to see in theaters and at home in
many audiences
in a month and a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get to screen many times at Sundance.
Oh my gosh. And all the weird, funny things like that we dialed in when working on the script and that we dialed in when shooting it. Now it's going to be viewed and digested by an audience.
It's also scary as fuck.
Of course it is. Because we're like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hope they like that Alf joke.
Watching it today on the stage in a giant movie theater, just me and you sitting there.
Yeah.
I gotta get there. I'll keep talking.
All right. After this, I've got to go to a Christmas party. So I just needed to communicate to my wife about where we're going. But anyway, I cut you off.
I don't remember. Oh, just watching it on a giant movie screen in this Dolby theater.
Yeah.
Mixing it and just being like, oh, fuck. There's going to be so many people watching this.
Yeah.
In a little over a month. I hope they think it's as funny as we do.
I know. And something we keep reminding ourselves of is like, if the Onyx movie is going to work or have any life, this is the best possible way to premiere it. And if it doesn't work, we gave it everything we could. We had the best premiere for an indie film you could ask for, midnight at Sundance. So if the Onyx movie doesn't work with that kind of introduction into the world, well, then, I guess it wasn't meant to work. And there's a weird piece that I have with that.
Yeah. Because then we've done the best we can and it is what it is.
It is what it is. And the most frustrating thing is, nobody gets to see it and nobody hears about it. Nobody knows that it exists. But by premiering at a festival like this, that's gone. People will know it exists. It will be introduced to audiences. And so at that point, it's on the pudding, It's whether or not
it's on the pudding.
It's on the pudding. The proof's in the pudding. It's whether or not the pudding is tasty for people.
It is exciting that people will be able to still see it virtually.
Yeah.
That's not a thing that happened before
the pandemic.
COVID. Now people can go there or watch it virtually. So movies can reach so much farther at these festivals. So that is very exciting.
It's so exciting. And they asked me when they told me that we were in, and they were like, do you have any concerns or thoughts about premiering it online at the same time? And I said, no, I would love that. And, especially for a movie like this, I want it to reach as many people as possible. So all that to say, the best way to find out how to navigate any of this, whether you're going to watch the movie online or want to know when our screenings are in Utah, is to go to festival.sundance.org. We've been so slammed with the announcement and then 2 days on the mixing stage. I don't even know that we've looked into how do you get tickets.
We need to get fucking flights. We are
right. We don't even have our flights.
We don't have a minute to spare. We have so much work to do tonight, and you still have to go to a party. But we had to stream. There's just never ending. We're gonna be working right up until we're sitting in that theater.
I know, and for workaholics like us, I will say, getting that call, I was like, okay,
let's
get the clock back in. Not that we've ever
clocked out.
I don't think there was even a week, maybe Thanksgiving week.
Well, it wasn't a full week.
But it wasn't a full week.
We still Zoomed. We had Zoom meetings.
That's true. We still had Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
There's so much work left to be done, but it's really getting down to that fine tuning.
And it's just so crazy because this really is getting a movie done within this amount of time, like 8
Yeah.
months or whatever it is. This is the fastest we could ever have premiered anywhere, and it happens to be Sundance, and which is
Yeah.
the best opportunity to
Yeah.
sell a movie in the US and get it out there and get it to everybody.
Yeah.
Like, this is the best case scenario.
It really is. And they complimented us on how complete the film was.
Hell
So
yeah.
that really makes us feel like it was worth the push.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, we were in this garage cutting that movie as if it were due to a distributor.
Yeah.
That's how we treated these festival deadlines. And I'm so glad we did, because there's so many reasons to discount the Onyx movie. But I didn't want anything technical to be a reason. You can not like the content, you can not like the character, but you can not like the subgenre.
But you better like the filmmaking.
Yeah, I didn't want anybody to be able to say, plus the mix isn't done and their VFX is half-assed. I didn't want any of that. And that we didn't deal with any of that. They told us they would have shown the version that they reviewed at the festival, which is such a compliment to every technician involved, you know? VFX for pushing, sound for pushing, you for being here all the time doing Foley and sound effects that we hadn't gotten in yet.
That's not all I've done.
That's not all you've done.
I can't. Actually,
We've
one of my
both-
favorite moments of Foley we did.
Oh, at the end?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. It's just like, oh man. It's just been, yeah, it's been a nice few weeks, but it's also been stressful because we were just like,
So stressful, but a good stress.
a good stress.
A stress that we
now we've
want.
got to show it to everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's read some questions, because I
Okay.
feel like I haven't been focusing because I've been so excited.
Are you guys going to be at the festival the whole time, or just the first screening? We are going to be there the whole
Yeah, I'm
time.
gonna
We're
be
going to
there
be
the whole
there
time.
from, I think it's like 10 days or something, because we have
Yeah.
screenings the whole time, which is great because we're going to be doing Q&As after the screenings and introductions and interviews and that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
hopefully people come.
I know. Somebody said, it might have been Hunter, I'm not sure. Somebody asked if the online version is like a live feed from the theater. No, as far as I know, it is
No.
just our digital file that's delivered, but available online, through a secure
With
portal.
a cute little introduction.
With a cute little
that
introduction
got
from
recorded
me.
the other day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Down here in the garage. And it was so surreal to be having that interaction with a Sundance programmer in the same little spot that every Kickstarter update.
Yeah.
I mean, to go from, I think anybody that's been involved with this channel remembers the update where I was really bumming that we weren't going to make our halfway goal. And it was so surreal to be talking to a Sundance programmer in the same space where I was like, I don't think this is going to happen. I don't think this is going to be a reality. And not only was it a reality in the sense that the Kickstarter was successful, but then the film was completed, and then a festival asked to premiere it. I mean, it's like this garage is just like a magical little space.
It really is.
I mean, yeah.
More
But
questions?
there are 5 screenings. Somebody said how many screenings? There are 5 as far as the in-person screenings. Elijah, I'm sure you remember those streams.
Oh man, I do.
I mean, I got to get the TikTok back kind of activated.
We got some TikToks to shoot.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
The
The premiere is at the Egyptian Theater in Park City.
which is tight.
I remember
That's
being,
famous.
yeah. And I've only been to Sundance once, just as a spectator, somebody buying a ticket to
Never
watch
been.
movies. And it was like 2007 or 6. And I remember like the lines for the Egyptian screenings were so long. I don't think I saw a movie at the Egyptian.
I mean, we're not the cool kids. And we get to go hang out with them.
Oh, I love the idea that like Onyx and his weird squad and and Farah and all these misfit characters get to go to Sundance. It's wonderful. The first screening is the one the cast and crew will be at.
Nobody's seen it, just so you know. Like, we can't show it to anybody. So it will be the first time any cast and crew would see it, and it's if they get themselves there. Like,
yeah,
we can't.
Hunter, we don't know how many screenings. We don't know who will be at the screenings and how many. It's kind of on our team to just decide, like, you know,
to get themselves there, get tickets, and it's we just have to finish the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Greg. Greg says, so happy for you guys. Okay, so it was on a neat roller coaster, but I thoroughly enjoyed the all-night party. That all-night party at the end of the Kickstarter is an all-time crazy.
I remember every minute of it.
Because what's nice is we already met our goal. So then it was just kind of like riding it out, having as much fun as possible, watching Spookies.
I slept for a little while you watched Spookies, and then I came back on.
Yeah, and I didn't have anything to drink until 5 a.m.
That was a wild day. Yeah.
And I remember our composer was, and our composer's partner they were sending me like ginger shots and like healthy stuff to stay awake and feel okay. That was a wild time. Wild time. Yep, singing karaoke from Cats, but switching it up and singing Grammy Boy lyrics to Mr. Mistopheles.
What's great
was Grammy Boy in the wall at that
Grammy
time?
Boy was in the fucking wall. And you know what? I just found the video when I was searching through my stuff yesterday on the stage. I found the video of us catching Grammy, which no one will ever see, but the video of me and you catching Grammy. Yeah. People keep asking if Onyx will be at Sundance.
I think he's got to be there. I think he can't overstay his welcome, and we don't want to do too many like stunty things.
We want the movie to speak for itself.
Yeah.
And Andrew is a very serious director. Onyx is a character, and it'd be nice for people to see that. It is
a little different than like a Borat, where he's an actor and writer, but actor and not director necessarily.
Yeah.
So it's okay if everybody kind of thinks Sacha Baron Cohen is Borat.
He's a performer. Through and through.
Right. And I do want to make sure that we kind of exit the Sundance experience with people understanding I'm a director and a filmmaker, and I want them to see and love Onyx. But I don't want to be in that fedora the whole time. I want to make sure I'm able to relax a little bit. It's also just that. It's like once you commit to doing a bit, then the pressure, and the pressure
exhausting.
Of paying off jokes and being funny and that's a stressor that I don't like involving unless we're shooting something.
It's already going to be stressful. I mean, I'm sure you'll shoot some TikToks and Onyx, shoot some stuff with Onyx there.
Yeah.
You just might not be going down Main Street as Onyx.
Right. Although we were talking about how funny it would be if Onyx just wanted to talk to Robert Redford.
That would be tight.
About how much he loved the movie Sneakers.
I think we just always have to have somebody walking around with the Onyx costume in their bag. And if Redford is around, you just have to put it on.
I wish that would be great. I wish the Onyx costume could go on me the way the Iron Man suit goes on Tony Stark. Right. Where I could just be like, oh, and then it would just it's all
the wig is like
it's all nanotechnology that builds out the wig. Good question, Brett. Obviously Sundance is huge, but can you explain how much better it is to premiere there versus premiering at the best horror film festival? I guess, let me think of how to explain that. I think it's that, if you think about it just as like a kind of a, what's the word? Not point of entry, but at a horror festival, they would be accepting 60 to 70 films, all of the same genre. Barrier to entry. That's what I'm thinking about. There's a lower barrier to entry.
They only accepted 8 movies that are
with Sundance, arguably. Not only do they have the prestige of the many years of premiering some of just some classic films. in regards to genre, it's a higher barrier to entry because their midnight program
higher.
is so curated. It's so curated. The idea that out of 8 they've selected Onyx is really a statement, an outward statement to the industry.
Hey, watch this movie.
And that this is a genre film to watch. And not that I wouldn't be honored to get into an amazing horror festival, but I think, industry wise, you cannot beat what that statement does for a film.
It gives our little baby film the opportunity to be seen by some of the biggest places, the biggest buyers, and the opportunity. What it really, really comes down to is it gives our movie the opportunity to have the biggest exposure in the end.
Yeah.
Somebody could buy it at Sundance and it could get distribution at Sundance in a bigger way because of the festival. And that is so exciting because the more people, we just want more people to see it. And,
that's another.
Genre horror festivals are amazing and you can get you can find great homes for movies there, but this is the best place to hopefully get that.
Well, I mean, that's a very good point that just speaking practically, Sundance is a buyer's market. It's a marketplace for film.
Sundance and Cannes are like
acquisition.
Big buyers market.
Yeah. And most genre festivals are not necessarily destinations for acquisitions, and we need to be acquired.
We do.
We do not have a distributor.
No.
So Sundance is a marketplace for films, which is not every film festival is.
No.
Yeah, so that's huge.
And hopefully we get to play at other festivals.
Well, that's the other thing. Getting into a festival like Sundance probably opens the door for other festivals
to play us.
Yeah. Do you think a theater release is possible now? I would have thought it was impossible last month, but now it feels like we live in a whole new world of possibilities. I honestly do not know.
That's a complicated thing because the theater release used to be where you'd make money, where studios, where buyers, distributors would make money is in theaters. And that's no longer where you make money. You make money by selling to streamers.
Yeah.
And theater releases are kind of like a specialty thing.
Right.
So it really just depends on the vision of whoever ends up buying the film. That's not anything that we will ever get to decide. It would be amazing if we get to do a small theater run, but movies don't, especially independent movies, don't really get like a large theater run. Really, only Marvel movies do.
Yeah,
because it costs a lot of money to do that, and it requires making sure that millions of people go to the theaters to see it for them to make their money back to have it in a theater. So I hope we get a small, some independent films now, sometimes they get a small theater run where they're in a couple different cities or a few different cities.
Yeah.
And they play for a week or two and people in those areas get to see it. And then it's, available online. But it would be really great if it could be. But there's just no way of knowing.
There's no way of knowing. And I think both of us would, and our whole producing team would probably trust our sales agent and the distributors to come up with that game plan.
Yeah.
Because there's a world where Onyx just rips on VOD.
Oh, I think it'd be great. That's the funny thing is, honestly, like the movie that we've made is great in theater. Like we made a film for theaters. It's a love letter to theater goers. But I also just think it's totally fine if it gets seen, on streaming platforms, because then more people will see it.
I wouldn't be bummed if it didn't get a theatrical release.
No.
I can honestly say.
It doesn't do the same thing anymore for a film that it used to do.
Yeah.
It's romantic, and I wish it was how it used to be, but it's not.
Totally.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Man, I mean, for me, when I think about a theater experience, at this point, I'm just thinking about Sundance.
Yeah. At the drive-in would be cool. Amy's movie, I did. She Dies Tomorrow. We premiered. I think we premiered at drive-in theaters around in LA, and that was fun. Cool. I went to the drive-in to see it because I was like peak COVID.
Oh, that's cool.
And that was fun.
I mean,
but then less people see it.
Yeah, playing at draft houses would be cool.
Yeah, I bet we. Yeah. Oof, that'd be tight. We go to the draft house a lot.
I'm really curious to see what personality the film takes on with an audience.
Yeah.
Like when we premiere, will we see people that want to come back to see it at the next screening? Will there be people quoting it to us on the street.
I mean, everyone
referencing,
that
you know
works
what I mean?
on
Like,
it quotes it.
it's true.
It's crazy. Even while shooting the film.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just a testament to how amazing of a writer you are and how funny you are and this character you've built. But like while filming the movie, like the whole crew and cast was quoting Onyx, and I'd say most of them had never heard of Onyx before. We had a few diehards, but like 95% of the people had never heard of Onyx. And by the end, like you couldn't say there are certain lines you couldn't not say as Onyx when in conversation.
It was really funny to see.
Never knew. Like even my parents say that, and they've never seen an Onyx video.
Yeah, and it was funny to hear like crew quoting something, and
so
not even
audiences do that,
and not even like to me to kind of like make me feel good about myself. Like crew to each other would be quoting it, and I'd be like, "Well, that's a good sign."
I'm so excited for everyone here to see it.
And after today, which is, for all intents and purposes, is our final mix day. It's so cool to have gone in and added. I mean, for instance, there's a scene where the character Mac takes a cigarette out of their mouth and then snuffs it with some spit. And we added a little sizzle. We should have just had you do that on mic.
Yes.
But things like that you just don't even think about when you're looking at the film and thinking of sound design.
Well, because
every little detail has been dealt with.
I was thinking about that this week while we've been going through some of the post stuff we've been doing. It's like we've made thousands upon thousands of decisions.
Yeah.
From script to the final mix. Thousands of decisions.
Right.
And it's crazy. I'm watching it and I'm like, oh, in this one scene we made 1,000, literally 1,000 at least decisions in this one scene about costume, lines, wardrobe, sound, music, lighting, everything. And you're like, the cut. Do we need to cut this? It's so crazy how many. That's what I look at when I look at the movie. Is like, oh wow.
Think about it. I mean, there were entire scenes that aren't what they were written to be anymore.
No, there's entire scenes that are gone.
Entire scenes that were gone. But there's been so much. What was it that was making me think about that today? There was a moment where, after that scene where they all talk on the mezzanine, there used to be a scene with Jessminder and Shelley. Remember?
You mean in the script?
In the script.
Oh yeah.
And they were all playing pool though.
But that was a scene that I said we're going to cut when we shoot it.
Of course.
I said that 2 years ago.
You did. Yeah. You were like, that seems like a scene that gets cut. And I was like, yeah, for sure. But it's funny because now
you need to write those scenes to get to the other scenes.
The other day I wrote in my notes yesterday when we were mixing, Jessminder and Shelley need to be kind of partnered in the sequel.
For what? For the sequel.
For the sequel that I've been working on and yapping about. And yeah. And it's funny because that came about because of a scene that was cut from the first one.
Yeah.
Where I was like, Jessminder and Shelley need to be paired up.
They will. Think the DVD will have bonus/deleted scenes.
Oh, I hope
so. It's not up to us. It really is up to whoever buys the film.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of them.
Well, what's nice now we have 2 scenes fully mixed
because we cut them after the mix. You know what? I don't know how much goof 'em ups we had. Everyone was really on it.
Talking bloops?
Bloops. Got some bloops.
You talking bloops?
I'm talking fucking bloops.
I don't know how many bloops. Yeah. I don't know how many bloops we truly have. Do I go off course?
Would you function without me?
No. Easy answer.
Aww.
Somebody said segue that Sundance into Pumpkinhead gig.
Oh, Jesus. Are you trying to get into Bowser's pants? Because that's the fastest way.
It all comes down to how it plays and what comes out of it. And I would love to get a sequel going, but I would also love to just make something outside of the Onyx world.
Well, we have a lot outside of the Onyx world.
I know we do. And they're all stuff that like we're super excited about. Yeah. Bowser looks so relaxed.
I know. It's really funny.
I will say, we just feel so much closer than ever to having it done in a way that really makes us feel like we might be able to unplug from it in a healthy way. Because we've been just plugged in, you know.
I mean, it's so hard. It's so hard in this town and in this business to get anything done.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to be looked over and forgotten. And it just always feels like that. At least, I don't know, that's our experience.
Yeah.
Even if, you know, I've had some successes, but it's really quickly you can be forgotten. And we've just had our heads down working. So it's so nice to have somebody be like, oh, hey, we see you. That's literally what this means to me. I'm like, oh, I exist. Somebody sees what we've been doing. All this hard work is not for nothing. This obsession, it's just nice. And I'm your biggest fan, and I've supported you for years. And all I do is talk about how amazing you are to people. So it's so nice to have people recognize you. So,
well,
this shit's hard.
It is hard.
Any art is hard.
Yeah. And I think for two close friends to be the ones that are really like creatively driving the thing, it can start to feel like, what's the term? I think it's a folie à deux, like a shared delusion.
There's nothing. Honestly, nothing is ever represented us more than that statement. Shared delusion, negative and positive.
Well, because we can sit down here and cut something together and be like, that was tight. High five. That was tight. That fucking rips. And then walk out of the garage and be like, but does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
Does it rip?
Nobody will watch it. Doesn't matter.
And then
it probably sucks.
And then, but what's so encouraging is when we're on the mix stage and our mixer's laughing out loud at the thing that you and I dialed in.
And we're like, nobody's going to care about this. And then you've got 4 dudes in a fucking room laughing at it. And
and you're like, well, wait a minute. So that decision we made in the garage is paying off already because a tiny audience, just our sound team, is responding. And you're trepidatious because you're like, well, will 10 people respond? Will 15? Will 20? Will 266? We'll see.
I hope you guys come to Sundance.
Oh my gosh.
Please come to Sundance.
I mean, anybody that thinks they can do it. Yeah. Anybody that thinks they can do it and get a ticket and be there in support of good vibes towards our film. Oh my gosh. Then we'd love to have you.
I wonder how many movies have gotten into Sundance that were kickstarted. It's probably a very small amount. I don't know any personally, which is so cool. It's cool for them to support it.
Oh yeah. I actually haven't told, I don't know if it's the same person at Kickstarter that was there when we were doing the campaign.
Yeah.
But I want to tell the film department at Kickstarter that we got in, because they were very helpful throughout the campaign.
You should tell them.
Yeah. I mean, they were like giving me advice. They were very, very available.
A few people have asked when the schedule is announced. I'm actually not sure. I don't think it's public yet when the schedule is announced. So I don't know if
we shouldn't say, because I don't know if it's public.
But I think people know what the week of Sundance is.
Right? Yeah. I mean, Sundance is the 19th of January through the 29th.
Yeah. So within there.
And check festival.sundance.org, because maybe the dates are up, or maybe the premiere date is up. Sure. But I don't know. So we don't want to be the ones to share the info, because we really want everything to be rolled out officially through the festival.
Sundance.org?
Festival.sundance.org. Yeah. I do think, Nate, I think Kickstarter will love the success. Nate, I feel bad because like I was reaching out to you about graphic design needs, and it was for Sundance, but I couldn't say that because we had to wait until the official announcement.
We weren't allowed to tell anybody. I knew for 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I didn't even tell my parents. Like, couldn't tell anybody.
Oh yeah, even crew.
Single crew, nobody. We weren't allowed to. So nice to be able to tell people.
I know. Wednesday. Oh my gosh.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, thank you, Barbarian. I really think like, I mean, this I hope that this is just an inspiration to people that, you know, want to believe that making things can matter and reach an audience. That's what this YouTube channel has been. That's what the Kickstarter has been. It's been really about finding community. That's what the movie's about. And I talked about that a little bit last week, that the movie's about finding community and finding friends. That's what this whole journey has been about, especially
That's what
because
I've gotten at. So go ahead.
oh no, I just gonna say, especially because I'm somebody that can become an island.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
But then through this, I've just had to be more, you know,
There isn't
open
anything to
and-
me that's more uncomfortable than the idea of doing a live stream. I mean,
I was surprised when you wanted to do the very first live stream.
Well, no, I have photos of me sitting here while you're
I
streaming.
know.
I would come over and hang out, and then you would do the live stream, and I would just sit here and watch you do it.
I know you're like, should I pop in?
But then
Can I
it got
pop
to the
in?
point where I'm here every day working that I was like, okay, I'll fucking do it. And
Totally.
it's very confronting for me because I'm not a social person. But
Well,
but
that-
the community that this has brought
Yeah.
is so great, and that's why I think it's infectious with the movie.
Yeah.
And I think that is a through line into how it even got into a festival like this.
I think so too. And I think that's something that I don't even know if the backers or the Facebook group or the channel has fully heard from me yet. But the idea that the programmers at Sundance recognized the love that the movie has for its ensemble, and that comes out of me feeling led to write a movie about Onyx finding a community and finding a family, a found family, and then everything with the channel and the Kickstarter became a reflection of that. And then that's in the DNA of the movie. It's crazy.
It's really crazy.
It really is. And then shooting the movie became that, because we found a community in Massachusetts.
I miss them.
I know. And I remember having a drink after you'd already left Massachusetts, and I was there for another 3 or 4 days. And I went to a restaurant to have a martini and pasta that I shouldn't have eaten. And and our costume designer was there, and just talking to him and having a drink, and really, really enjoying that this was like a new friend that I had made through this experience. And our hair department, I had a drink with them the night before that, and just like, these are new. The whole thing was like, I think the best way to experience the creation of an independent film and finding a community.
Even literally the streams. It's my nightmare to do this. I've said that.
Yeah.
But how many times have been like, we have to stream? It's just as important to me as my therapy. This is like what?
We got Mike James Gallagher in chat.
Oh shit!
Sorry. So keep going with what you're saying.
I'm a sound designer.
Yeah.
No, just that it's all one thing. That's all. Like making this movie with my best friend. What we do, having the chat every week with you guys, and it's all goes into what is on the screen in the movie. My excitement and what doing this does to me, goes into the movie. And
totally,
it's all so interesting.
And I don't think I understood that when we launched the Kickstarter.
Mm-mm.
But then over the course of the last 2 years or a year and a half, whatever it's been, I got it. I mean, it's all part of the whole. The whole. It's all part of the whole.
It's all chill Hubie vibes.
It's all Hubie vibes. And even so, Mike in chat, I mean, Mike's somebody that I worked with when I shot the first Onyx video. But our relationship was, I was an editor and he was a post supervisor. And then to be a long story, but basically I was at E3 because of a job I had at Break Media. And then I went off on my own to make the first Onyx video. Yeah. And now cut to 10 years later, Mike is our sound designer and he's a
very accomplished sound designer.
Yeah.
Done a lot of amazing things.
And a huge part of the personality of the film, and a huge part of why I think the film felt so complete and cinematic in regards to a festival like Sundance.
This is how you know you have a good sound designer. While we were on set, we were talking about that while filming. We're like, well, Gallagher will do this and this to the scene. So let's shoot it like this because we know he will elevate it this way.
Totally.
That's how you know you have a good sound designer.
Oh man,
on deck.
And knowing that, like, oh, this could happen off screen and be more powerful.
Yeah.
Because you're relying on sound.
Other artists.
Yeah. And but that's a relationship. Again, I mean, just going back to the idea of this whole thing being about community and like a reliance on others. That's another part of it. The artists that we've collaborated with are relationships that we've built over a number of projects that we've been a part of over the years. And it's cool. It's fun and it's cool. And it's more fun when it's shared.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's more fun. And I thought about this when I first started writing the Onyx script, and I had a thought of like, well, one of these characters needs to be an annoying jock that you want to see die in the first 20 minutes. But I couldn't write it. I was like, well, that's not, I don't know, that's not the vibe. I want there to be people that we want to see.
You don't want any of them to die.
Yeah.
That's what this movie, that's the difference. This movie, right. You don't want anyone to die.
Right. And that's the difference. But it's about, you know, I guess just like finding your found family. And I think the artistic team behind the film is a mirror to the characters on screen. And that was even echoed by a programmer at Sundance who said that he felt like the film was a love letter to genre audiences, because you could take the main crew of the Onyx movie and see them as fans of the macabre, fans of the midnight movie, fans of the Satanist that they look up to. And that's honestly like a parallel I hadn't thought of before, but that is what it's about.
Yeah.
It is for the people that, you know, like Ghostbusters and Fright Night and all these things. And it's also about the artistic team behind the lens finding each other.
Bunch of misfits.
A
haunted house of misfit toys.
A haunted house of misfit toys. And with that, I think we'll sign off because I have to get to a Christmas party. But seriously, thank you. I mean, I can't thank you enough, whether you're a backer or not. If you're just somebody that has come to these streams or come to this channel, or only knows me as the I don't know guy and doesn't even understand what we're talking about, and that there was a movie that we made, but just thank you for being around.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Making dreams come true.
Yeah. And I am really so happy to be able to tell the channel about Sundance.
We've been dreaming of this stream for a long time.
Yeah, very true.
It didn't sound like a dummy.
No. No. It's not dumb to be excited about something that a lot of people have worked very hard to achieve. So anyway, cheers. Cheers to Sundance.
Cheers to Sundance, and cheers to you guys.
And cheers to y'all. Cheers to Yins.
Cheers to making art.
Cheers to making art and finding your found family and a community and being supported. And yeah, we hope that everybody that can't make it to the festival gets a ticket to see it online and likes the movie. Hopefully y'all like the movie. All right. Have a good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye.